to social studies. So today's topic will be motions of the earth. I will begin chapter 5 today, okay? So before that, warm up, okay? First there is a story. Raya, Ritu's friend who lives in Egypt, has some questions about India to finish her school project. Now these questions I would like you to find it and answer it also, okay? Write it in your copies. The first question is, in which continent is India located? Do you know which continent? So try and find the answer, okay? Then which direction, north or south? Okay. Then number 2 question is, which are the first and the last states in India to see the sunrise? Try and find the answer. If you can't, I will let you know later on. I will send it to you, okay? But I want you to figure that out for the time being while you are at home. Now let's explore motions of the earth, how the earth moves now, okay? Take a tennis ball or a top. You know what's a top? A top which has a nail at the tip at one end, isn't it? You spin that with a small string. You need a string to spin that top, isn't it? Anyway, take a tennis ball or a top, spin them, and you will see them spinning on imaginary axis. It just spins. No, how it spins? It just spins like that only, isn't it? Similarly, our earth also rotates on an imaginary axis. An axis cannot be seen. It is an invisible line around which an object rotates or spins, okay? We think that is spinning on something, but we cannot see it, okay? Each planet in our solar system rotates on its own axis. Therefore, each of them has a north pole and a south pole. These are the points where the axis and the planet's surface meet. Some planets have straight up and down axis and some have a tilt. Tilt means tilt, slightly tilted, okay? The angle of the axial tilt for each planet differs. Okay, each planet. The Earth's axial tilt is 23.5 degrees to the plane or orbit. Earth's axis points towards the Polaris or the North Star. Now, what is the Polaris now? Good to know. In this square purple patch, we will come to know about that Polaris star, okay? Polaris will not always be the North Star now. Understand? We call it the North Star. When you look up in the sky, we can see a bright star shining, isn't it? That's called the North Star. Now, Polaris, that's the Polaris. We call that star Polaris. Now, that star will not always be the North Star now, okay? The Earth is slowly moving away from Polaris. It would take about almost 13,000 years for it to point towards Vega. Now, we are slowly going towards the Vega star, a new North Star, okay? So, that's just for information for you. So, now movements of the Earth. The Earth has two major motions, that is rotation and revolution. It moves on its axis like the top mentioned, which is called rotation. The movement of the Earth around the Sun on its orbit is known as revolution. Now, when the Earth spins on its own, it's called a rotation, okay? And when the Earth moves around the Sun is called the revolution, okay? Don't worry children, I will be sending you videos. Please watch those videos, okay? Over there it is explained very nicely and you will understand clearly also if you go through the videos, okay? Now rotation first, okay? The spinning of the earth on its axis is called rotation. When it spins on its own, when it's spinning on its own, okay? It's called rotation. The earth always rotates from west to east. Keep that in mind. The earth always spins from west to east on its tilted axis. Tilted, okay? It takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. Understand? To spin it takes 24 hours, okay? To complete one rotation. It rotates counterclockwise as seen from above the earth's north pole, okay? So there are pictures there, you can have a look also. You can see the Arctic Circle, the Antarctic Circle. It's shown over there in your book. Arctic Circle, the Antarctic Circle, and this side's day and this side's night, okay? When the sun shines towards the earth, they have day, and the other side of the earth has night, okay? We'll be reading about that just now. So now we begin with day and night, how it becomes day and night now. As the earth is spherical in shape, only half of its faces the sun, okay, at a time, while the other half remains in darkness. Just now I showed you the picture, isn't it? The imaginary line which separates the dark portion from the lighted one is called the circle of illumination. As the earth rotates, all parts of the earth experience day and night in 24 hours, okay? Now revolution. Revolution is the earth's movement around the sun. The earth moves around the sun on an elliptical path called the orbit. It moves from west to east and takes 365.25 days to complete one revolution. Okay, it takes 1 year to complete one revolution. To go right around the sun, it takes 365.25 days to complete one revolution. Okay, so the earth moves at a speed of 30 kilometers seconds around the sun. So now leap year, we are going to learn about the leap year. When do we have the leap year now? The movement of the earth never changes and the time period also remains the same. One revolution takes 365 days and 6 hours, okay? Thus, in 4 years, it adds up to 24 hours, that is 1 day. So, every 4th year, 1 day is added to the calendar in February. This year is called a leap year. A leap year has 366 days and February has 29 days instead of 28 days. The other years we have 28 days, isn't it? Only on leap years we have 29 days in February, okay? So now we have seasons. Next we will be learning about seasons. Now how seasons occurs now? We have summer, winter, isn't it? Spring, autumn, all these seasons we have, isn't it? So we are going to see how we have these seasons, okay? We are going to learn now. The 4 positions shown in the diagram above, if you open your book on page 42, you will see a diagram there, okay? Just look at that diagram and you will see June summer, September autumn, December winter and March has spring in northern hemisphere. The seasons occur due to revolution of the earth around the sun and the tilt of the earth's axis. The northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere are divided by the equator and have opposite seasons, okay? Now summer in north hemisphere. When the north pole is tilted towards the sun, you see in the picture there, when the north pole is tilted towards the sun, okay, Look at that picture and follow what I am reading, okay? When the North Pole is tilted towards the sun, the northern hemisphere gets more heat and light from the sun than the southern hemisphere. This region experiences summer with long days and short nights. When the South Pole is tilted away from the sun, it experiences winter season as it receives less heat and light, making the days shorter and the nights longer. North Polar region has continuous days and South Polar region has night for almost 6 months. Okay. So now summer in southern hemisphere. When the South Pole is tilted towards the sun, the southern hemisphere is warmer than the northern hemisphere. It experiences summer season when longer days and shorter nights. The South Pole region has continuous day for almost 6 months, whereas the North Polar region has long nights for almost 6 months. Summer is experienced almost from the month of October to February in the southern hemisphere. Spring and autumn now. Spring and autumn months are March and September, when the sun is directly over the equator. Both the hemispheres get almost equal amount of heat and light. 21st March and 21st September are the days when the sun is directly overhead on the equator, and as a result the whole earth has equal day and night. These days are called equinoxes. The northern hemisphere has the longest day on 21st June and the shortest day on 22nd December. They are called summer solstice and winter solstice respectively. Our earth maintains rhythm in its movements. It goes around the sun on its orbit in 365 days, remaining tilted on its axis and rotating all the while. This results in opposite seasons in northern and southern hemisphere. Please don't worry children, please look at the videos which I will be sending you. Over there it is explained very clearly how day and night and the seasons. You will come to know how about the revolution of the earth, rotation, then summer in northern hemisphere, summer in southern hemisphere. You will come to know about all that if you look at the video, okay. Now what is rotation? The movement of the earth on its axis is called rotation. Earth rotates from west to east. It takes how many hours to complete one rotation? It takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. As earth rotates, one part of it experiences day while the other half experiences night, okay. Now revolution. It refers to earth's movement around the sun. It takes 365 1/4 days to complete one revolution, okay. Earth moves at a speed of 30 kilometers second around the sun, okay. Now seasons. Seasons occur due to revolution of the earth, okay. Seasons, they occur due to revolution of the earth, meaning when the earth is spinning around the sun, okay. The northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere are divided by the equator and have opposite seasons. Now there is something to think about. Guess the names of any two countries which celebrate Christmas in summer. Why do they celebrate it in summer? Yes, there are countries which celebrate Christmas in summer. I want you to find out the countries' names, okay. That is your homework also. Now life skills. Life exists on earth because we get ideal amount of energy from the sun. What would have happened if there was no sun? Please give me answer for that also. Okay. So that's all for today. Please go through the videos which I will be sending you, and if you don't understand anything, let me know. Okay, just give me a phone call and let me know if you don't understand anything. Okay children. Okay, that's all for today. Bye bye.